Hello and welcome to my first video on this topic. I'm Nick and let's go right into it. This time we're talking about how MMOs kind of are dead right now. So this is mainly myself and some people I play with. What I see most of the time is just dead. I play a lot of Lost Ark, and before you go in, oh, you're playing Lost Ark, okay, of course, your game is dead. Yes, this is one of the reasons, but if you come with, say, let's play World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is dead as well. I did play it a little bit, and it's just not for me. It's not for many other peoples now. I did play it like 10 years ago. I had fun in my time there, but I will not going back and play the game again. I did what I went to do in the game. I'm done with it.
Not really a reason to do it. I think they need to reset the game, like just completely reset the game.
Then people will say, play Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is a nice game. I have more to do in the game, but I will wait for the first season to come out before doing the rest of the stuff I went to do, because I really went to play the first season, and if I do all of this now, I know myself, and I know a lot of other people have the same. I get burned out of the game before it really begins. And it would be sad if I get burned out on Diablo 4 before the game even launches complete, because in my opinion the game really launches Season 1, Season 10, when the game is a little bit out already. So right now, not the time for me to do a lot of stuff there. I will play like a week when the season come out, and then I'm out of games. The main problem are daily and weekly content in MMOs right now. I will talk now about Lost Ark because there I know the systems are best, but other games have them as well. So we have a lot of daily stuff and weekly stuff in Lost Ark. So we have Chaos Dungeons, we have the Guardians. I make a point for me because I stopped doing Guardians a long time ago. I do like one or two a week or something. Whenever someone asks me to do them, I like, okay, why not one time I can do it. Then you have the weekly Abyss, where you get card packs and stuff, some upgrade materials. You have 2 of them every week now. Then you have weekly Guardians, they rotate, you give good loot, and this is fine for me. Then you have weekly Unas and daily Unas. I'm mainly talking about Lopang. It's like you go to an island, talk to 3 NPCs, then talk to 3 other NPCs, you're done. It takes 5 minutes, and yes, it's boring. It's very boring, and why the fuck is this even in a game? And then you go for the good little bit gold, and you have raids to do weekly. You can do 3 raids per char weekly. They give you a reward. And the reward is gold mainly at some point, because you need gold to honor your gear. So now hear me out if you don't play Lost Ark or didn't know anything about the game. Honoring is like upgrading your gear. You're getting a higher number. So higher number, better person. Because you're doing more damage the higher the number is. To make it very simple. So you went mainly to upgrade your gear because you're doing more damage, and you need a specific number to do raids. So now people are like, okay, so you're doing all the stuff daily and then you're upgrading your gear. It is basically at the game. This is the problem, because you get so little out of every day if you do one character, and you can get like a week or 2 weeks without getting nothing because you only play one character, and this just doesn't feel good. So this is fine to the point you say, okay, so what are you going to do? You just quitting the game? No. You are going to do a second character and a third character, and at least you're playing 6 characters if you really went to try hard in the game. Because you get 6 times the rewards every day, and 6 times the reward every week, because every character up to 6 can get the reward. So I will not talk about the other stuff in Lost Ark that's wrong, but let's just say this is a lot to do, and if you do all of this, you play around 30 to 40 hours a week. If you really try hard, 40 hours. You can think about 3 characters like a side hustle, 6 characters is like, okay, you have a half-time job, and if you do more than 6 characters and do all of the stuff, it's a full-time job. It's very bad. And this is by design. So this is the design behind MMOs. So now you can't say, okay, then just don't play MMOs. The answer is, I like playing MMOs. There's a lot of to do. You in the open world, you have other people to play with. You go into raids together. I have a lot of fun on this. And I've a lot of fun on the raiding. But right now it's like I just don't find a game that I can play. And I'm not the only one. I see a lot of people doing the same thing. They go to one MMO, go to the next one. Not because there's nothing more to do, because it's too much work. It's getting out of hand, in my opinion. And this is really the problem. The problem is like every MMO now has daily, weeklies, and not a few of them, a lot of them. They're doing this so you play the game. When is it fucking too much? And yes, Lost Ark, especially because they went to make money with this, the free-to-play game, of course they went to make you go to the cash shop, skip all of this. So, but it's not the worst part. The worst part about it is, when do you stop playing MMOs? And most people stop in one of two things. First, before they even go to the end game, so like they don't see the game. They don't see what is the game. And why do I say they don't see what the game is? The reason being is MMOs are designed for long-time players. So most of the time a game comes out, and every time new content comes, the content doesn't come for newer people, the content comes for people that have already 200, 400 hours in the game. So the reason being, so to catch up in other MMOs, so every MMO you say you're playing, and Bill write in the comments, I'm pretty sure, the reason I can't play the game is because I didn't join the game on the release. So there are games that try to fix this. Final Fantasy XIV did try to fix it, and it's okay, it's decent, you can catch up. The problem being is, if you don't like story, you just don't play Final Fantasy XIV. And if you say, okay, then just buy the character boost, I don't start a game, buy a character boost to look if the game is fun for me. It is not good design. It is not good design at all. And then going to the late game and no one wants me because they all say, sorry, but you just don't know anything. And they're right. How do I know it? I mean, I did play the game 1 hour. How do I want to know how all the boss mechanics and all the stuff works? And now Final Fantasy XIV is very noob friendly, and I did play the game a lot. I played the story up to this point and then quit the game. I had a lot of fun on my journey, but it was not for me to do more of it. I did some stuff in the game, I had fun, and even there was the problem: if you went to efficiently level up, get materials, get your jobs higher, you are incentivized to do a lot of weeklies. So, and again, weeklies are killing MMOs in my opinion. I understand why they're on the game. You want people to play your game. You want them in the game. You want them to do stuff. So, but on the other hand, newer people play not months, years in the game, so they can't get the resources out of monthly, daily stuff, weekly stuff. What are you going to do? There's a curve. So, newer people starting here. All the players are starting here. If a new player, if stuff comes, and let's say it's stuff for here, then you go and catch up here. But people that are here going a little bit further. And with this, they're still ahead of you. To catch up to people like this, you need to play hundreds of hours to even come close to them. So I will not talk about the ultra mega tryhards. I will talk about people that legitimately play the game, like they're coming on, they're playing like once a week and logging off. Even to people like this, to catch up to them, it's just impossible. So what MMOs need to do is restarting the game, and a restart most of the time is halfway done by expansions. How are they doing this? They're doing it, new expansion, you can buy a boost to the new expansion, so all the other stuff doesn't matter to you, and you can go there. Of course, you have no achievements and all this stuff, and this is how you catch up with people. This doesn't work for Lost Ark for some reasons I will not talk about because they don't matter to this video particularly. I can talk about it in another video if you're interested in why new people can't play the game. There are so many reasons, just let me say this. And there are many reasons in other games why people can't join the game. This is by design. This is the fall of the game. It's not the fall of the community, it's the fall of the game. The game did it wrong. And in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons for this is weeklies. And you can't argue that is not the case. So you can argue that some of them are fine, but dailies, in my opinion, should be kicked out of every MMO. Should not be part of any MMO at all. I do understand weeklies. Weeklies are fine. to some points and to accomplish something in games, dailies should not exist in any game. There should be a game out there you need to do dailies to play the game. It should be possible. And no, there's need to be a reason to log in for some people, but the reason being should be the game is good and you want to play it. Not, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this and log out. This is killing games, particularly Lost Ark and other games I did play. MMOs don't think about what is fun to do for new players to play the game. They're thinking about how to catch up to number X. They're making it worse for people to playing the game, having a few hours a week when to play them or when to keep on playing a game, and doing this with dailies. They're making it worse for the people. So because of this, game's dying a lot faster than it should be. To join a game, MMO that comes out is just another feeling. So every MMO I start on release, where it comes out or re-release in other regions, a lot of fun. And the reason being is people are at the same point. And man, I give a particular case now. World of Warcraft Classic re-release. Every time there's a re-release of a fucking old game, a really old game, that people already did all the shit in, so many people play the game on launch. Not only nostalgia, because the game is fun. And the game is fun if all on the same point. The game is not fun if you are playing with people that play a year in the game. This is, in my opinion, bad design. So I have no idea how to fix this. I just know like two things. First, it just doesn't work for any MMO at all. There's right now no MMO I know where it feels good to play, to come in, play the game when it's older. There's just no MMO I know of. If you find one, prove me wrong. I will play it. I will play it probably a lot if it's good. Second, dailies and weeklies don't make fun in it. Even if you like a game and if there's a missions, no small time limit, there should be like you have a month to do them and you do them or not do them, you get some rewards you don't really need. Some extra stuff you won't really need. See you next time. Bye.